Day accounting is probably the last place you'd expect to see a brand like this. Most accounting brands are invisible, Me Too brands that just fit in with the crowd. Whereas this one we've created for Naked is genuinely unforgettable. It originally started out as a brand called Accountus. Not bad, worked well for their industry in general, but it really didn't suit the nature and the styling of the business and the way it operated. Naked came to us just as a result of meeting with Mick, the CEO, and just having a chat, getting to know his personality. And then we were like, this guy's out there. He deserves a brand that's really gonna suit his personality and something he can really be proud of taking to market and get behind. He's an absolute social character, and they've done a lot with the brand since we did this original process with them. Some really cool assets that we created for these guys along the way. We tried to hone in on messaging that really leaned into the naked accounting concepts. There's a lot of like, we strip your business back to bare nuts and bolts, the hard naked truth. It's accounting just not how it used to be. Accountants we can't bear. Really trying to highlight that a lot of accountants are seen as being counters, and ultimately accounting as a whole has a bit of a reputation for being a little bit of a reactive industry, and that when you're a business owner and you're dealing with an accountant, they'll typically just do what you tell them to do, not really take proactive action on your behalf as a company. And we really wanted to make it clear that Naked did things differently. Accountants Naked can't bear are the ones that, they don't go looking for things. They don't want to know about like what's going on and what your ideas are and what the options are. And they don't speak up when they see an opportunity for you to do something in a better way. And that's something we really wanted to go completely against. We created this concept called the W2EF blog. We created lots of really cool, risque styling and messaging that they could lean into as they scale the business. You can see too, it's one of the only accounting brands in the world where you really don't have to say that much on a campaign to have the potential customer see it and go, that's interesting, or want to know more about the business and what they do. We strip your business back to bare nuts and bolts. Naked accounting, QR code. It's literally all you need for the campaigns. One of the benefits of having such a strong brand like this is it really scales back the amount that you have to spend on marketing ad spend initially, especially before you've got more like a brand reputation or you've developed any kind of search engine optimization. Like, you want to hit the ground running, and having a brand like this can really speak volumes. Obviously, on one hand, it shows that you've chosen to do it professionally, but it also just highlights, it also allows you to put your best foot forward from day one by communicating what your personality is as a company, and makes people realize these guys are definitely not your average accountants. And this is a new idea in accounting, which is probably going to be a relief to a lot of people that probably first interact with a brand. They're like, oh, finally, this is here. And I think we've actually seen a lot of other industries, since we've done this brand for Naked, see it and then copy it, like in things like law firms and stuff like that. Really just show this like against the grain, sort of like we're different and we're here to stay sort of attitude, I guess. Some other really cool stuff that we did, obviously, during any branding process we do, we're really thinking about, what's your stationery, what's your socials going to look like, what sort of ad campaigns are we going to run. We're also thinking about, what's your remarketing campaign, so your what's the messaging on that. In this one, it was fairly simple, because the brand's just a very clean, simple, dynamic concept that doesn't require a huge framework, because a lot of the messaging works on all the different touch points. Like, for example, this is a remarketing ad campaign, and it just basically says, we look under the covers, we want to see it all. It's accounting, just not how it used to be. nakedaccounting.com.au. Like, it's so intriguing that it's really effective. One of the other things that I think is really cool to show you today is this video that we created for Michael. Now, it's actually got him walking naked through his office space, which it was I guess a touchy subject and not something the client necessarily wanted to do, but I think it was all in the execution. Once we actually went through the process and did the video and then showed him how cool it looked, it really works. So another thing that we can also do as part of any rollout for any company is going to be video production that really leans into your brand name and your brand concept as well. Another thing that was awesome was some player cards that we did for the brand. Now, each individual staff member basically has their own card, much like you would see like for sporting games and things like that, just to sort of communicate who that person is, what their special skills are as well. So really, really interesting and different brand, something you wouldn't expect from a marketing agency, something we're very proud of. If you'd like to catch up and have a chat about your branding or look into what our different packages are, please reach out. We'd love to have a chat.